Okay, today I'll be ranking the rides that I've been on at Disneyland at California Adventure Park. So here are the rides that I've never actually been on and I intend on going soon. But here are the rides that I have been on. So starting off at number 9, to me the worst ride that I've been on at Disneyland California Adventure Park has to be this Zephyr, whatever you call this ride, where you have a just kind of like a swing ride but on like a giant boat thing. I'm not sure what that ride is, but it's really boring. It's like a swing ride, but you downgrade the intensity, you really don't feel anything on the ride. So it's gotta be my worst ride. I was actually kind of hyped for that ride, but you really don't feel anything. It's not exciting. The best thing is the view. You get to look over the river. There's just nothing to this ride. It's not thrilling. There's just nothing to it. And then number 8, the next ride I'd say it's the Mermaid ride. Just to me, that's just not my type of ride. The animation was great, the characters were great, but it was just so boring. I think it was the ride I filmed. The only thing I did on that ride was film the whole thing. It's a calming ride, but it's just not no thrill. And like I said, animation's okay, but just not my type of ride. Number 7, I'm gonna put the Goofy ride. I don't know how people like this ride. Goofy's Flying School. It's just it made my head spin. It's not like thrilling or anything. It's not fun. It just really just stops and then it stops and goes and then there's a bunch of twisty turns that hurt my back. It gave me a headache on the run. I don't see how people find that ride fun. And number 6, I'd say it's the Spider-Man ride. Spider-Man ride, it's one of those rides where you go on once, but if you go on too many times, it gets really boring. It's like the screen, and then there isn't much thrill, but it does show you like interactive. Um, you can't have competition with your friends, and it was fun the first time, but after a couple of times, it starts to get pretty boring. Um, yeah, it's a ride that I recommend you go on at least once, but no more than like 2 or 3 times. It's unique, but eh. And number 5, I'm gonna go with the water ride, one of these the one near the bear. Pretty typical water ride. It's just a typical water ride. There's nothing really special about it. I don't like how some seats get really splashed on and some really you stay dry on the other seats, but it's really typical. There's nothing really unique about it. It's just an okay ride. Number 4, I'm gonna say it's the swing ride. It's pretty much similar to what I said to the water ride down here. Swing ride, pretty typical swing ride. You just get on a swing and you swing. The view is incredible though. You get a great view of the Ferris wheel. You get a great view of the river and then the eating area next to it. The bridge. It's a great view. That's about it. And then number 3, I'm gonna have to say the Guardians of the Galaxy Drop Tower. People hyped this one up when I first got to Disneyland. It's good, but it's nothing incredible or anything. I don't like how you can't see the outside of a small window. The screen in front was okay. The ride itself is a pretty typical drop tower. I recommend you go, especially if even if you're scared of drop tower. This ride's not that scary since you can't see the outside. You can barely feel the thing going up and down. Story, the screen is okay, it's somewhat interesting, but I'm not sure if it's worth the super long line that it always has. And then number 2, I'm gonna have to say Incredicoaster. I know this would be number 1 on a lot of people's list, but I'm just to me that's a little intense on the roller coaster side. I'm not a huge fan of roller coaster, and to me that's a little bit intense. Definitely a little bit fun as well. That second drop scared the shit out of me though. That second drop where you go to a standstill and then you go, that one scared me so bad. Other than that, this ride is pretty fun overall. Um, Even if you don't like roller coasters, this one's like not as intense as a lot of other roller coasters, but not like as unthrilling as like the Goofy roller coaster. It's pretty good. But to me, number 1 is going to be the cars, especially if you have friends. If you have like a big group of like 7 or 8, they can be in the other car and you can race them. It's to me, it's not as thrilling as or scary as the Incredicoaster. So if you're really into roller coasters, then you should probably go Incredicoaster. But this one's a little bit more relaxing. Yet you still have some of the thrill, you still have some of the speed, and you get to, like I said, if you have a big party, you get to see your friends and race your friends. So I would say that to me was my best ride. So there you have it, my ranking of every Disneyland California Adventure Park ride I've been on.